Good afternoon, I'm Roger Lewis. This is a presentation about a 25 home development in Ross on Wye. It has 13.81 gross development value and a 25% profit on GDV. No senior debt. Each house is funded by the customer who buys it. So you can see here our network of proposed demonstrators across the country. I've been doing this for 36 years, and I'm going to explain to you why I think this is one you really don't want to miss out on. So, Cawdor Gardens is a development on a 1.8 hectare, it's about 4 acres rather, walking distance from the centre of Ross on Wye. It's an area of outstanding natural beauty, close to the M50, great transport links. Phase 1 is pre-sold, 4 almshouses sold to the landowners that we've optioned the site from, and we're going to build those 4 almshouses and 1 ever after demonstrator. Phase 2 is 20 homes for open market sale, all to Passive House standard, and there's no senior debt requirement because each house is funded by the customer who reserves a plot and then orders a model from our range, much like when you configure and order a car from a car manufacturer. And it's that makes the margin sit where the margin sits.
To those who care for us, teach us, and keep us safe, you deserve better, specially designed for key workers. Your custom-built, future-proof home awaits, making home ownership possible for those who serve. Visit our website today.
Do visit the website. Homeix has been founded as an affordable house company, and the methods that we use to construct affordably are actually the same methods that Potton have been using since 1964. So I'm going to explain a little bit about how that works. So the 3 brands are in this slide here that advert just played in. And they are RLD, Real Estate Land and Developments Limited, which has the logo from Roger Lewis Docklands, which was established in 1990 in London Docklands. Homeix we founded in 2020 as a platform brand, as I say, to do affordable homes. And Potton was founded in 1964. 60 years of UK self-build heritage. We acquired the brand from Kingspan in November 2020. So that's 60 years of heritage, planning precedent, etc. And that's the receipt that we can give to planning officers when we go in to talk about our plot passported schemes. So the UK has a chronic housing shortage. Customizable, high quality homes systematically underserved by the so-called volume house builders. Self-build and custom build markets are largely unscalable, and plot to turnkey solutions on smaller sites, 5 to 50 homes, face fewer planning challenges than the volume sites because we don't actually have the same model as them in terms of 15 years to deliver large strikes. So there's strong consumer demand for individuality, sustainability and value. We're a manufacturing housing brand combining the years of Potton heritage with the platform delivery. So traditional house builder buy land speculatively, and they service that land bank with senior debt, and it builds before it sells. We invert that model. The customer commits before the factory slot is booked. Customer commitment triggers the factory order. The land never sits on our balance sheet with senior debt attached to it. It's a demand pull model, not a supply push, and it's customer funded, hence the 0 senior debt tag. So the plot passport is the contractual mechanism with a pre-agreed planning consent in outline and a pre-agreed design envelope. And the customer chooses inside the envelope what home they want to option. So there are three parts to the investment. There's the asset, which is called All Gardens, the 25 plot passported homes. The brands Homeix and Potton, their lineage I've just described to you. And you invest in the deal, that's the insurance, and the brands come along with it. David Power of Contrast Design and Virtual Sales Presentations, who's worked with me on this, pointed that out to me the other day. So the asset underwrites the platform, and the asset is the insurance policy backing the brand. So we'll build homemakers' futures their way, and we can build this company together with your backing. So there are five ranges within the Homeix range: Stylmatics, entry-level start homes, the Ever After Cottage. There are bungalows as well. Housematics, affordable family homes. Silvermatics, downsizers for retirement. Loftmatics, which is upmarket urban live work. And Verymatics is our DFMA management contractor and subsidiary, named for William Very. John Gibson and I have been working on this, and Very and Neighbour House won the 60k housing competition. So it's a parallelized method designed to a price point. Yeah, so on this slide, here's what nobody else in UK house building is saying out loud. Modern Methods of Construction, MMC, has a framework published by the government in 2019. Category 1 is volumetric, the boxes. Katera collapsed, Top Hat went tits up, Ilkley collapsed, Legal and General, Modular. Every MMC failure that made the news was Category 1 volumetric, and killed by their pull-through factory dependencies. They didn't have a brand. We're Category 2, that's panelized closed panel timber frame, validated globally by Sekisui House in Japan, and also by Persimmon with their Space 4 factory. There's a reason their margins are industry beating. So the lineage is 2006 design 60k house competition winning entry. That's Very's and Weatherhouse, and the original team were working with us to develop the Ever After Cottage and the Homeix affordable range based on that delivery. 17 years, it was validated at Aston Clinton, at Soleil Muse, and the method is 50% faster and 80% less waste, so net zero ready, EPCA, passive house standard if the client wants to pay for that spec. Factory agnostic, it's SME interoperable, public and private procurement frameworks are compatible with our brand architectures, and the factory is not the be end and all end for us. We are a supply chain taker of excess volumes. So there are two routes for landowners to deal with us as a company. Route 1, where land is given in lieu of having homes, or an owner can take equity in a deal, or we can option the land with the passports, and it's expedited. So there are 6-stage payments from a customer that reserves a plot, 20% plot reservation, 10% design lock-in, 20% stage 1, 30% pre-frame delivery, and 10% final fix, and then 10% of handover to the customer. And so there are defined profit events at each of those stage payments. So the Ever After Cottage is our Type 1 design. It's the prototype of the Homeix range. It's a 3-bedroom, can be passive house standard, and the customer goes on the configurator, which is live on the website, and they can select cladding, windows, external materials, internal fixtures, fittings. The pre-positioned plumbing, etc., and all the designs in the Potton ideas book are all delivered this way. And this model is proven at Graven Hill, Tadpole Garden Village. Potton had a great grandstand scheme. There's one in Malmesbury, and that's the model, and Cawdor is demonstrating it in a very evolved way. So the platform engine is a customer relation management and enterprise resource planning configurator. It's digital twin based, BIM enabled, with a knowledge engine. Origination and procurement engine, we call it, connects the customer to the supply chain, puts them in the driving seat, and they communicate with the supply chain through our brands. And the dashboard is the ERP BIM supply chain orchestrator behind all of that. So this is how the automotive industry handles bespoke configuration at scale, and it really is long overdue in housing. So underlying it all is the FAIR Index, which is a monthly UK housing index we're producing on official government statistics available since 1995. So it's findable, accessible, interoperable and reproducible, open source on GitHub, and its findings are corroborated constantly by research departments such as Savills. It's observational and behind the configuration on real data, not synthetic data. And the data Spain is what makes the platform diagnostic, not just operational. So this is where you come. There are two distinct layers. Project returns from defined asset-backed dividends on Cawdor, when that, well, the profit stages come on the stage payments, as I've explained. And then layer two of your returns are from platform equity. It's a replicable, capital light model that is scalable across the UK and in the Anglophone world, the common law world. Potton is the brand which really supports the platform layer. The exit window we expect is late 27 into 28 by IPO, trade sale, or institutional placing. So project returns today, platform growth tomorrow. So in 1962, Decca Records turned down the Beatles. They said guitar groups were on the way out. Don't be that person. Don't be the one that didn't sign the Beatles. You've read the numbers, now read the receipts. The full evidence set is in the data room, in the corpus index, in the complex knowledge graph, in the Homeix story, and there is a wealth of supporting detail for your technical advisors to look at. We welcome discussing where we drive it forward, and your investment is what will help us develop this idea from the beta to alpha stage we're now at. So look out on the website for interviews that have been done with Dave Cooper live, 2 launches that we've done, Ham Yard in November 24, the National Self-Build Research Renovation Centre in Swindon in October 2025. Get involved, please get involved. This is a fantastic opportunity, and we're asking you to back the next stage of this exciting platform businesses development. So thanks very much for your attention, and I look forward to walking you through the tech stack, the numbers on the Cawdor deal, and also the pipeline of other deals which we'd like to progress. Thanks very much.